Hey everyone, really quick video for day 4, but really the second day of us watching videos. So I want to talk really quick about properties, and there's 3 main properties in this unit that we're going to cover. You've probably heard of all 3, and only really 2 of them are we going to apply in class. So the distributive property, we actually talked about that a little bit today, right? So the distributive property is very simple. It is where we have a number or something outside of parentheses. I'm going to make that a -8 actually. So we got to have a -8, and let's say we want to distribute that to 2x plus 4. Now, sometimes we'll have fractions in here, sometimes we'll have decimals, but it's really the same idea overall. And what are we doing here? Well, first what we're doing is we're going to fix how the phone looks, because the phone was crooked. Anyway, so distributive property means we're going to take whatever is on the outside of the parentheses, immediately outside of the parentheses, and distribute it to the 2 terms or however many terms on the inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of make little arrows here just to kind of remember that it distributes to both things. And then we're going to multiply, because the distributive property is multiplication. So this is going to be -8 times 2x, which is -16x, and then -8 times +4, which is -32. And that's going to be the final answer. I'm not allowed to combine those terms because that has an x and that doesn't, right? So let's do another one. Let's say that I had just a negative sign on the outside, and then I had a 1/2 plus, let's say, I don't know, 6x, okay? So again, we're going to be distributing only the negative sign. Now let's make this a little bit more complex, and let's just say I put a 3 in front there. Now, what distributes? The 3, the negative sign, both? Who knows? I know, and now you know, because only the negative sign distributes. That 3 was a connector on the other side of this minus sign. The 3 does not distribute. Only the minus sign does. The 3 would stay out there, all right? So then we would distribute the minus sign. Now this will be, the 3 actually stays there. -1/2, right, minus 6x, okay? So that's how we would work that out. And then we would get here like, 2.5 minus 6x. But that really is not important to me right now. What important is the distributive property. Okay, let's move on. Commutative property. It's basically just saying, can you reverse the order, and would it be literally the kind of same idea, right? And commutative property works great with adding and multiplying. So let's say this. Let's say I have, 6 times 12. That is the same exact thing as me saying 12 times 6, period. All right, that's it. The commutative property just basically says, can I commute to work in 2 different ways? So it's kind of funny. It's not really funny. I don't know why I said that. So it's like, let's say you take the bus to school, right, one day, and the next day, the bus goes a different route. But really, you get to the same place, right? So you start at the same place and you end at the same place. This is basically what the commutative property says. Did you start at the same place, and did you get the same answer? And in this case, yes, of course we did. This also works with plus, right? So if I did 7 plus 1, that's the same thing as me saying 1 plus 7. So that's the commutative property. Pretty simple, right? Now, last is the associative property. This one's a little bit more confusing. So basically it says, let's say I had, 4 plus 8 minus 7, okay? Well, if I grouped these things together with parentheses, that would be saying the same thing as, 4 plus 8 minus 7, okay? Because why? Well, the answer is 5, I think, right? So on both of them, so let's say 8 minus 7, because we do parentheses first, is 1, and then we have 4 plus 1, which is 5. And then here, I'm going to do parentheses first, right? I'm going to figure out whatever is in the parentheses first. And that's going to be 12 minus 7, which is also 5. So the associative property introduces parentheses to group different things, okay? But the answer is still going to be the same, because clearly 5 is equal to 5, okay? So again, 3 properties. Distributive, we are distributing what is on the outside of the parentheses to the inside and simplifying. Commutative is basically us saying, well, if we say an expression or an equation in one order, if we reverse the order, it would need to be the same. And again, that works great for plus and multiply. And then the associative property is, can I associate a different grouping, and can it be the same thing? And clearly we can do that. Basically, we just introduce parentheses into groups, or 2 different groups, and it's the same thing, okay? So hopefully that worked out nice. See you later.